Alright guys, another video here. I'm gonna get two in one day. Some of this stuff off. These cars been sitting for a little while. You seen the aftermath on this one here. This one here was my dad's. Now we did change the tires out. These were not the tires we ran on it. We had to, because this thing was insanely bent bad. I wish I'd have got pictures of it before. It actually don't look that bent. I'll show you the front bumper. You can see it there. It actually does not look bad. This car was about, the bumper was about as high as the hood, and it was bellied out. And it's weird because it didn't look that bent. I mean, you can see it on this side. I guess it'd help to turn the lights on for you guys. Must have missed the other switch. Hang on here. Let me get you some light. There we go. But it don't look bad at all now. But I mean, as you can tell, it was bent pretty hard there and there. This bumper, I'm not kidding you, and it's kind of hard to reference from the ground to here, but it was about that high. This thing bent hard at the crush boxes. It looks like a freaking wave on the crush boxes. But same thing kind of happened to this car here. It took a beating on the side. I mean, as you can tell, look at that. It don't look bad till you go here. Let me give you a shot up the car. Oh, hey, look, here's a tire, guys. Quarter panel's supposed to cover a tire, but it's about a foot in. But that's insane. I mean, heck, if you need to plug a tire, this would be a perfect opportunity. But I mean, they pushed it all in. We ended up dipping this trunk. It's a shame too, because this thing wouldn't have bent in the front. Honestly, I would have probably pushed it back out and ran it again. But it bent so weird. I don't think you're ever gonna get the frame bent straight. And with our rules, like, we're not even allowed patch. We're allowed like 1-inch patch plates, so it makes no sense to keep this car. It had the stock. You heard me in the other video, yelling about the 9802 rears. That is the stock rear for this car. It was the one in here. I was gonna change it out, but he said leave it in, so we put a good set of tires on it. Ended up knocking the spring out of this side in the that link that goes across the top. One comes from the driver's side, passenger side, and it has like a pivot joint in the middle. That ended up breaking. So the spring flew out and the ass end was on the ground. Other than that, I mean, the car held together good. Bumper held on, did not come off. It bent all crazy, but it still protected the front end. I don't even think it took the radiator out of this thing. It broke the fan, but the fan still works. Radiator's still good. Surprisingly, this car drove off the track. He ended up making it to the feature, but it was bent. It was so bad. We put it up on the trailer. I bent it back down. We put the winch to it. That's another thing too. If you guys have a winch, best thing to do with these, these always bend at the crush box, or right behind it, sometimes in front of it, depending on what you do to them. I know you guys can tilt them. I know you can do all kinds of stuff to them. But this is stock. This didn't even have that changed, nothing done to it. It bent real hard here. So what we did, we put it up, we drove it up on the trailer. We took binders and chains across the trunk. Tie it down as tight as you can get it. Then what we did is took the winch, we wrapped it up around the front bumper. But before you start pulling on the front, take and jack it up about right there on the door. Put your tires, just get 2 big tires and put 2 tires. Get your front tires off the ground of the trailer. As soon as you got that done on both sides, same thing with over here. Jack it up back by the door. Put them underneath the crush box. Let the car down on both sides. Once you let it down, then start pulling. I mean, you can see the mark here where it was at. We pulled this thing down. I mean, as you can tell now, it's actually, I mean, it straightened it out. Now, I'm not saying if it would have went back in, it probably would have went right back up in the same spot, but at least would have got you a couple hits in. I wish he would have used the rear of this thing a little more, because as you can tell, she didn't even use that. I didn't even think it moved. We tried something new with this, but I really couldn't test it out because it didn't get used much. I mean, we put the window bar up through there, rolled the trunk down, and we dipped the trunk best we could. Now, I should have done more. I wanted to go more, but we kind of wanted to try it, and then ended up, you really didn't use the rear end as much. They kind of targeted it to the side, and I don't know how they didn't take the axle out. But their front ends were up too high. It kept missing the wheels, and it was hitting all around. I mean, as you can see, they were hitting right there, the dead center of the car. I don't know how they did not hit the tires or anything like that, but this thing actually drove in here. We have a spark plug out of it because we used it for that car over there, because this one didn't run the feature, and I never put it back in. But this thing, I mean, it fires right up. I mean, I'll start it up for you guys quick. Yes, there's stuff in here. Like I said, we've been throwing junk, and this thing's ready to go to the junkyard. Just got to cut a couple things out of it here. Come on. All right. Now, I know it sounds like crap there, but that's just because the spark plug's out. But she fires right up, drives around, moves. Now this is the stock. I will show you. This is the stock 4.6 fuel injection. Thing ran great, had good power. It did seem to bog down a tiny bit when it got hot, but other than that, it seemed to run really good. Now we did move all the wiring. You got to get everything out of here. You don't want none of your wiring and boxes. I mean, he tucked a lot of the stuff. It's kind of hard to show right there. And if that was me, I would have probably put it in the car or back farther because of how close that was. But I mean, this thing, it did good for a 4.6. I'm surprised. The only thing, I don't know, I don't really care for these motors much, to be honest with you. But I mean, it did impress me. As much as he beat on it out there, he was having trouble finding the gears. That's why they kind of beat the crap out of the sides. The shifter's backwards. Now he's my dad, like I said, ran this. He's old school. He likes the old, normal car shifter where you put it in drive. And he back in the day, you know how it goes. They always threw a battery in, tank, and went. They always used the column shifters, or if it had a floor shifter, they'd use it. But this one's backwards. Like right now, you can see it's all the way back, which is park. And he didn't get much time moving it around. And he's sitting there, and if you actually watch the video, he was in heat 1 with our buddy, the other car that ran the 411. And you'll see down, he gets down in the corner there where that's where this all happened. And you'll hear it revving up a lot, and then he just like neutral dropped the dang thing, and he'd take off and go hit somebody. And they, like I said, they beat the crap out of this side. But I think we're looking to get him a regular shifter for next year, and a cable shifter, that way, because he's gonna have that engine set up. So all he's got to do is find another Crown Vic or something, and we'll put that in for him. Let him run that, and that way it's regular gears, and he's not getting all confused, because that was a lot of the problem. He kept hitting park and neutral. And see if we can get him set up a little better next year. But I kind of want to give you guys another video. It's been a while, especially with it getting cold. I don't know how many videos we're going to make here. So I'm going to try and get you guys a couple made here. That way you have something to watch over the winter. See what all we get building. I don't know if you can see it out there. Probably don't want the sun. I'll zoom in for you. Yeah, right there. There's the Crown Vic, that white one. We're going to build that thing here this year coming. That's probably going to be ran down Somerset. I'll give you a little hint on that car out there. We actually had it built, and it was going to run the Fall Derby. That white Crown Vic. I'm not telling you why. I'm going to give you a little hint, see if anybody can guess it. But we ended up building it and not running it because we found out something special about it. And so as far as I'm going to go with it, see if anybody guesses down in the comments. And it was not no ordinary Crown Vic. And just so you know too, it was not an HD. HD means it has the hump plates in the back. It's something a little bit better than that not a lot of people know about. So I'm going to let it at that. If anybody guesses it after it's ran, I will tell you what it is, or maybe keep an eye on the videos. when we do a build video on that, I will put a clue in there and you tell me if anybody catches on and sees what it is. Because I actually got told the car was worth a lot more with what it was. So, but that's a little teaser for you guys for this year coming up. So I wanted to build that car right and make sure it's built to wherever I take it. I might take it to Somerset. It might go somewhere else. I don't know. I'd like to actually be able to build it to a good set of rules because of what the car is. So, but enough of that. We'll get you some videos on that car too. So keep an eye out for that one. I know I put up a video of the Thunderbird. I don't know when I'll be running that. There's also a Suicide Door Lincoln out there I'm going to be building. That's probably not going to be till next year, the following year. Till we build them, I'm probably going to buy some more cars in between. Because the one I got needs a little bit of patchwork and stuff like that. And that'll probably be it for this video. And then that should be... next couple years we'll have a couple cars. We are going to run some 4-cylinders. I got a 4-cylinder here you guys are going to get a kick out of. And I'll tell you what. There's the wheel it's off of. See if anybody can guess it. I even zoom in for you. Right. There's my finger. Right there. Now, nobody can guess what that is. Now, I know you'll be able to guess the make of the vehicle. Or the model, I'm sorry. Make. And see if you guys know the model. But we will be doing a video on that here. We'll get you a video of that. We're going to run some 4-cylinders. And it's not, by the way, that silver thing up there. That little Kia or whatever the heck it is. That's a junk car. That's not the car we're talking about. So, the other one's over here. So, I might do a video on that here next week or two. We'll definitely do some build videos. Tell you what, I'll give you a little quick glance. Right there. See if anybody guesses it. If anybody pays attention to the 4-cylinder sitting out there. But that'll be about it. Like I said, I want to give you guys. I actually realized I was out today getting ready to strip these and went back on my YouTube and was like, oh, we don't got no videos aftermaths of these. So you guys seem to like the aftermaths, but do one more quick walk around this thing. Like I said, it got the living snot beat out of it. I mean, I've had a Crown Vic get junked before, but this thing got. And it's a shame because I mean, he did good, but he just two cars, man. They just left this thing have it. I mean, look how far the quarter's in on this side. It's not near as bad as this, but I mean, look at that side. There's the passenger side, and here's the other car that ran in the same heat with him. Two cars were just beating the snot out of these cars, and I still can't get over how this thing kept going and that thing kept going. I have no idea. I'm telling you, go watch the video. Just type in Listie Derby, Listie PA Derby 2020. And remember, it's not the spring, it's the fall derby. Because there is an 05 that runs in the spring. No, 411 didn't run a big car in the spring. But this thing ran in the fall and so did that. And for as much abuse as they took, I could not believe that the engine trannies and the drive shafts kept going, because that didn't break until feature. This thing made it to the feature, but he never ran it because there was something wrong. Motor kept dying, which I don't know why. I don't know if it was just hot or what, but it was weird. Left it sit a little bit. This freaking thing, I don't know if it went in limp mode or what, but this thing ran great. I mean, heck, I'm moving it around. I pushed that car in with this and pulled it in with the chain, and it just makes no sense, you know. But he didn't want to run it no more because there was, it was pretty bad. I feel if he went back in and took a hard shot in the front, it would have been, front end would have went whoop, and been done. So, but I better end it off here. We got about a 15-minute video to give you guys something to watch here. And same thing here. You guys got any comments or anything to say about these cars or any questions? Feel free to ask. I'll answer them as quick as I can. Sometimes I don't see them right away, so I'll definitely get back to you. Usually I like it. I like your comment, and then I'll comment back to you. So, alright. Remember, like, share, subscribe. Comment down below if you guys have any questions on anything. Stay tuned also. I'm thinking about building an LS for Derby coming next year. Thinking about cam lifter, push rods, retainers, doing some timing chain, oil pump, some stuff like that on a 5.3 or a 4.8 or a 6.0. I don't know yet. All depends what we find here. I got a couple sitting back here, but I also got a couple too I'm looking at. So I'd like to build a 6.0, but we'll see if I can get one decent price. Tear it down, make sure it's good, redo it with all new parts. We'll see what we can do there, and we'll go from there. But that's it, guys. Stay tuned for some other videos. If you want to see something too, comment down below. Let me know if you want to know how I do something or wire something, or if you're not sure. I mean, if you want to see how I do it, I have no problem making a video to show you, but that'll be it. See you guys next time.